Hi, how are you? I'm back, and we're gonna talk about this discourse that y'all have about black women, because why? Because I saw on Twitter this morning, not understanding why these jokes about black women is harmful and why stereotypes is not a fucking joke. So I'm gonna try my best to break it down in crayon eating terms for all of us to understand together. So what started this was this podcast right here. It's been in the news. People have been talking about it. It's Andrew Shulz hanging out with Shxts and Gigs, and they are having just this conversation about black women. And this white man right here decided to spew these jokes, these narratives, these stereotypical jokey narratives about how black women are aggressive and we're complainers and we're this and we're that. And then the two black men in the room are laughing along and then throwing their little jokes and just add on to it. Two things here. For one, I can promise you this man has never ever in his life dealt with an authentically black woman. So him cracking them jokes is not based on his own personal experience. This is from being invited into a black space and hearing everybody else talk about black women in this way. And hearing other black people or other people in general talk about black women in this way and never being checked for it, now he feels comfortable enough to just keep making these jokes publicly. And y'all are going to keep laughing. Ha, 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 ha. And I want to say this. He should not be feeling comfortable to come up in our space and talk about us. All these other cultures of people at that, don't even fucking like when we sit here and make these jokes about them and call them racial slurs and this and that. And we should be respectful to their shit. But when it comes to us, we just let all and any kind of riffraff come in here and talk about us in this way. And I want y'all to understand, when y'all constantly make these jokes, it becomes something that is actually believable, okay? A joke is something that you get off in 1 second and move the fuck on. It's not something that you keep repeating over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now, understand, I'm not necessarily saying that, Andrew Shulz is saying this over and over and over and over again. It's the fact that these are quote unquote jokes that he keeps getting told over and over and over and over again, that joke he let off, he actually think this is what's going on with black women. So people who don't experience our culture or experience our people authentically up close in person, they all are now running with this narrative that black women are just complainers and we're just aggressive and so on and so forth. Just clicking through Twitter, you can see black women are more aggressive and have more testosterone than men. Young white girl minding her business accosted by an aggressive black female out of sheer jealousy. Meanwhile, the video that this person is commenting on was actually a fucking skit. Aggressive single black women are the most neglectful mothers. Which makes it funnier because if you know this content creator and his mom, they've done videos together all the time. So like, being loud and wrong and ugly is what that person was being. And the fact that these jokes are not being taken serious is crazy. The Pivot podcast, by the way, did a video saying why this type of narrative and these type of jokes with an outsider is so fucking harmful. Niggas get on the internet and call the people standing up for us black women, calling them soft, and you're doing think pieces over a joke and a da-da-da. Like, do you understand what stereotypes are supposed to be? Like, most stereotypes are just jokes. Yeah, see, stereotypes exist for a reason, and most of them are funny. Being aggressive and violent is something even black women themselves joke about. Let me explain why most stereotypes aren't even fucking funny, because they actually become harmful. And I hate how it's the same group of people who are directly affected by these stereotypes that are quote unquote mostly funny are sitting here saying that talking about us black women is just a joke. You got this bobbleheaded bitch Amber Rose up here running with this stereotype that Haitians eat dogs and pets and birds and all this other shit. Do you understand how harmful that is? Because now these residents in Ohio and everybody around are now bothering, harassing, and fucking with Haitian people who don't do shit. It is not a part of the Haitian culture. And I would know this because my sister-in-law is pure Haitian. Never been a part of that. She speaks Creole, grew up in the culture. They've never been about that. It's nothing like that whatsoever. That shout out to my Haitians because y'all fun as fuck. And I love your crema. I love that. These stereotypes that are mostly jokes are exactly why cops are out here targeting black people. oh yeah, people with dreads and they wear hoodies, the stereotype is that, you know, they're aggressive and they probably going to steal something. So let's rope them up and let's beat them down because we already know he's going to commit a crime. And you know why this shit is not a fucking joke? Because niggas is actually out here believing that women are fucking aggressive. It's getting to a point where prominent people like 50 Cent and Lil Wayne are out here making jokes about black women being aggressive and we like to fight and we get defensive over not being the chosen one or them liking or preferring exotic women over black women. Like, huh? So how much of this is a joke when y'all are on the internet every fucking day saying the same thing about black women, and then y'all come to us with this same energy? Y'all approach us aggressive because in your head we're aggressive. We have to be defensive because why you coming at me aggressive? So now I'm gonna get aggressive with you. And now here we are. I feel like we could do a way better job of gatekeeping our community because no other culture will allow some outsider to come in and talk about their people, their culture, their country, their this, their that. I think we're allowed to do the same. Andrew Shulz should never feel comfortable making any kind of quote-unquote joke about black women because he doesn't even exist in a space with black women. Couldn't even get a black woman to take him seriously, let's be honest. So like I said earlier, the shit that y'all are telling him in a ha-ha, I think this is funny, ha-ha, way he's taking it as, oh, this is something that we deal with all the time. Now I definitely don't want to be around black women. And so shame on these two, and also shame on Charlemagne for never ever checking him as far as black women and black culture goes. So please stop sharing this narrative that black women are fucking aggressive. We're actually really not aggressive. We have to function in a way where we have to be defensive about ourselves because society is literally out here working against us. We are the butt of everybody's joke. Everybody wants to be a black woman but don't actually fuck with black women. Our culture gets stolen, our lingo gets stolen, our looks get stolen, our bodies get stolen, but we are the bottom tier. We are considered the ghetto, the dirty, the trash, the uneducated. So forgive us if sometimes we don't want to sit here and pander to what y'all want from us. And forgive us for actually trying to get y'all to pay attention and have your backs. There's a lot of shit that we got to fight for. We got to protect ourselves. We got to defend our people. We got to defend everything about us. And let's do a better job at preserving our black women. Because, wow. And let's be very clear. I'm not a joke police. I'm not doing all of that. That's not, I get comedy. I love comedy. I'm into the dark humor, all that other stuff. I have no issues with that. My point is, comedians will tell you a joke once and you won't hear the joke again. You know why? Because it was just a joke. Comedians are not repeating the same joke over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. A joke is made to be told one time and to move on. This joke of black women being aggressive isn't a joke because this is something that is literally said to us and about us every single day. Over and over and over and over and over again. You get it? All right. So let's make sure we know the difference between a joke and what someone actually fucking feels, please. And let's also be aware that stereotypes are not actually mostly funny. No, they're actually harmful narratives that people come up with about another person to get everybody up against you. Okay. Thank you.